When I was a child, I used to think the higher your academic education, the more successful you become. But something happened one day that changed my thinking. And that was, I discovered that of the top 100 most influential people of all time, 90 of them did not have a bachelor degree. Well, I went on to research the top 10 richest people in the world, and I discovered that 4 of them are university dropouts and have no bachelor degree. 3 of them had a bachelor degree, 3 of them had a master's, and only one of them went to business school. Think about this. The 10 richest people in the world, only one of them studied business at school. I went on to study a lot about other parts of life, and I realized the statistics were the same. This prompted me to find out why this is so. And in this video, I will share with you 3 reasons why the most successful people in the world are not highly academically educated. If you are new here, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, as I'll be sharing with you the secrets of success from the world's most successful people. Okay, so let's start. The reason number 1 why the most successful people are not highly academically educated is they discover their life purpose and they master the courage to pursue it. You see, if there's one thing that successful people have in common, is following their purpose in life. Think about Bill Gates. His father was a lawyer. When he was growing up, they wanted him to be a lawyer, but the guy had interest in computer science and business. But the parents still said that you have to be a lawyer, so they had to prepare him for law. He actually secured admission at Harvard. He went and even started studying law. But in the second year, the guy realized very clearly that no, that's not what I want to do in life. I don't really want to be a lawyer, but I want to be a software developer and a business person. So he mustered the courage to drop out to go and pursue his business. And of course, we can all testify today of his success. Another person that we can talk about is Jesus Christ. You know, in the Bible, and we all know Jesus' father to be Joseph, who was a carpenter. And you know, in those days, what happened is that what your father's profession is, that is what you become. So everyone expected him to become a carpenter. Yes, but he discovered his calling to save the world and to preach the gospel. But so he had to defy what they were thinking to go and do what he wanted. And that is how he was able to fulfill his purpose. We can talk about Isuranaba, who is one of the respected Ghanaian pastors and a passionate preacher of the gospel. He was trained in school as a pharmacist. But when he discovered his purpose to be a preacher of the gospel, he never hesitated. And today, he's one of the most influential preachers. We can talk about Jeff Bezos. When he resigned as a senior vice president of D.E. Shaw & Co. in New York in 1994, people saw him as stupid. How can you resign as the senior vice president of a multinational company to go and be selling books online? But it is that thing that has made him the richest today. He discovered his purpose. We can talk about the late Komla Dumont. He was a journalist and a broadcaster for BBC World News. And in his childhood, his parents wanted him to be a doctor. His father was a professor. They planned and they prepared him for medicine. And so he went and studied medicine, but in the 4th year he failed. So he had to go and pursue psychology and later public administration. And after school, he found his interest in journalism. And he went on to achieve one of the greatest feats as a journalist. You see, he discovered his purpose and pursued it. And that is where he became very highly successful. If he did not discover that purpose and became courageous enough to pursue it, he would have become an average person in a field he's not really good at. So what's the point in this whole thing? You see, if your passion is to become, if your ability or your talent is to become an engineer, and you go and do nursing, you become a nursing alright, but you will become an average nurse. If your purpose is to be a lawyer, and you go and be a doctor, yeah, you become a doctor, but you become an average doctor. If you are supposed to be an engineer, or if your talent or passion is in engineering, and you go and do law, you become a lawyer, but you become an average lawyer. So that is it about life. The one secret thing to succeed is to discover what you are good at and do it to the highest possible level. If you don't go to the area that your talent and passion is, you highly become successful in that field. So that's one of the things about successful people. Okay, so I'll go to the second point. The second point about successful people is that they are highly self-educated in their field. So when we talk about self-education is what you study on your own, personally developing yourself. Jim Brown once said that academic education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune, and that is it about life. If you look at the most successful people and people who have actually contributed much to humanity, you look at Aristotle, you look at Henry Ford, who even revolutionized the manufacture of cars. He wasn't educated. Look at Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb. He was not educated. And so there are many other examples that I can give. You realize that the most successful people are the people who are highly self-educated in their fields. And they understand the concept of education. And they know that education is not the same as going to school. Over 90% of the population of the world today think education is going to school. And that is wrong. Education goes far beyond being in school. As a matter of fact, many people are in school, but they are not educated. And so that is it. So what they do is that the most successful people are people who they actually study on their own daily. Let me give you an example. Look at Mr. Otebel. Mr. Otebel is a Ghanaian pastor and an entrepreneur and a motivational speaker. He is an SHS leaver. He completed O-level, which is the same as SHS today. He does not have a bachelor degree, but he has built one of the most successful private universities in Ghana. So he discovered his talent in the preaching of the gospel. He went there, he discovered his passion in entrepreneurship, business, and he went there. And that is what has made him to succeed. So I encourage you to understand that life is not about having high certificates. Yes, you can have high certificates, it's not bad, but the truth is that if you really want to succeed more, you have to really put the effort to build yourself. Even if you look at professions where you require professional certifications like medicine and law, after acquiring the certificate, the most successful are not those with the best certificate. For instance, if you look at the best lawyers, they are not those who have PhD in law. The best doctors are not those with PhD in medicine. But the best doctors and the best lawyers are people who have practiced and have become very good at it. So they have invested their time to study more about their field. Practice over and 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 over again till they became very good at it. So if you really want to succeed, you must invest time in your field to build yourself to the highest possible level. Study every book you can find in your field. Read a lot. Spend a lot of time studying about your field. If you go and research, you find out that the most successful business people are not people who study business at school. The most successful lawyers, the most successful politicians are not people who studied political science at school. The most successful public speakers are not people who studied public communication at school. So they invest their time to study it. It's not because school made them. I don't despise academic education, but I want you to understand that success is about self-education. Okay, I'll go to the third one. The third reason why they are not highly academically educated is they are not afraid of failure and they take a lot of risk in their early years. Think about this. Have you ever thought of why the most successful companies in the world today were all started by people in their teens? Their teens or below 20 years. Talk about Apple. Steve Jobs was 16 years when he started Apple. And Apple is one of the most successful companies in the world today. Microsoft. Bill Gates started Microsoft at the age of 17. Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook at the age of 19. Larry Page and Sergey Brin started Google when they were 20 years. So you see, they succeeded because they invested a lot of time to practice, and they failed and never gave up. All those I mentioned, you realize they failed. If you look at Zuckerberg, he failed with Face Mash before Facebook. You look at Microsoft, he failed with 12O data before he succeeded with Microsoft. You look at Amazon, Jeff Bezos failed with Z Shops. You look at Elon Musk, he failed several times before he succeeded. So you see, all those that I am mentioning, they have failed several times. And the reason why they failed and they were able to succeed is that, you see, when you are young, you are able to take a lot of risk. Your ability to take risk is very high when you are young, but when you grow older, that ability reduces. A study was done in Europe by a team of medical scientists, and they came out to discover that the average human being reduces the ability to take risk, begin to reduce drastically at the age of 33, and they begin to give up in life. So you see, if you really want to succeed, you need to take that risk early. When you start your purpose, you discover your calling and you start pursuing that particular path, you are going to fail a lot along the way. No matter what you're going to do, you fail. But as you fail and you are young, your ability to come back is higher. You can take a lot of risk, fail, and never give up. But as you grow older, your ability to take risk is reducing. You will have a family, you have a lot of responsibility, so you cannot take more risk. That is why it is easy for you to really take a lot of risk in your youthful years. So discover your purpose and have the courage to pursue it. And that is the way you will be successful in life. Look, there is the two ways about it. That is it. If you really want to succeed, discover your purpose, pursue it with all the enthusiasm, with all the strength, and you are going to make it big. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to this channel, remember to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell, and I'll continue to share with you the secrets of life from the world's most successful people. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.